2 years. 2 years since I made my last YouTube video. That's crazy. Now you might be thinking, Jordan, what in the world have you been doing for the last 2 years? I'll tell you. It's a lot, but I'll condense it. Now to say it without actually saying it, it's unfortunate, but I'm no longer a married man. And yes, this does suck, and it has taken a toll on me, but I can honestly say I'm turning a new page, and I'm looking forward to what's ahead. So, as I was saying, I'm turning this new page, but also, as I look back on the previous pages, I've really come to realize a lot about myself and even my craft. So in this video, I want to share with you one of the biggest mistakes that I realized that I've made in my 10 years of being a graphic designer. All right, so new intro, oh my gosh, new office, new YouTube space. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments. This is so cool to me. I just feel like I'm on a whole new wavelength. I mean, I've gone through a lot, as I said, but seriously, I feel good about this restart. I really do. So yeah, to get to the meat of this video, really, I think this might be kind of a short one. I guess we'll see. But I want to share with you the biggest mistake that I realized that I've made being a graphic designer. And honestly, it's so simple. It really is. And it comes down to the word passion. So you're probably wondering what? This guy hasn't been passionate for his entire creative craft for the last 10 years. I get what you're thinking probably, but what I mean is I think I lost sight of what I was truly passionate about. Just to give you a little bit of who I really am and how I became a graphic designer to begin with. Basically, I'm completely self-taught, and if I told you my story, you almost wouldn't believe that, because I went from, interning as a graphic designer, as most graphic designers do, really learning my craft in a more professional way, and then going into freelancing and running my own business right off the bat, which totally tanked. Didn't do so hot, but as I went from job to job, I actually have been teaching high school graphic design and photography for the last 4 years. Also, shout out to all my students. Honestly, greatest 4 years of my life. Honestly, so life-changing. I can't even begin to explain it. I love all those kids to death. Seriously, the relationships that you build are real, and I love you guys. But all good things do come to an end, and this is actually the first school year that I'm not teaching. And that definitely pulls on my heartstrings a little bit, because, I do love teaching and I do love my students. But like I said, all good things have to come to an end, right? And now I'm stepped back into the design industry, which has also been part of my catapulting back into YouTube and all that stuff, because I like to teach, I like to educate, and I also want to see my alumni students maybe even keep going at it. So anyways, getting back to just the whole point of passion and the passion inside me relating to the biggest mistake that I've made. Honestly, it just boils down to really letting myself get distracted by things that are not important. I feel like that could be different for anybody, like what they let get in the way of like their mission and their goal and why they do what they do. So if I could just give you one thing, one little nugget to get out of this video, it would be to go back and just reflect on and ask yourself, why did I choose to do this craft that I do or this job that I do? Why did I choose to do this out of everything that I possibly could have done? And if your motivation right now lines up with that, then you are on the right track. Then you are, I would say that you have your head on straight, and I applaud you for that, honestly. The problem and the mistake that I made in these last, few years, I'd say, is that I truly lost sight of why I wanted to be a graphic designer to begin with. And that also translates to YouTube. I mean, I started this YouTube channel. I was loving it at first. It was cool. It was just the thing to do. I really enjoyed all of the YouTubers that I watched, but I didn't choose to do YouTube for the right reasons. And I really think that's why it fell off. I mean, I was watching all these YouTubers, I was watching all these guys and their massive followings. And I honestly feel like I was just mimicking what I was watching because I wanted to be someone else. I wanted to be something I was not because it looked attractive. And there's nothing wrong with that. We find things that we want to aspire to be and we go after it. But there's a difference between going after something that you want to be than copying what you're trying to be, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I typically actually write a script when I do YouTube videos. It kind of helps me with my flow and where I'm actually taking the video, and I stay focused on the actual message that I'm trying to bring across. But this video has been a little bit more of a brain dump for me and just more of a venting kind of video. There's been no script for this, so I really don't know if this video has been a little all over the place. I hope that everything I am filming right now is gonna make sense when I edit it. So I guess we'll see what the final result is, but I truly care about you guys, and I don't want to get distracted by, just material things and just the world around me. I want to stay true to who I am. I want to stay true to my craft, why I do what I do, and not lose sight of just loving it, if that makes sense. I don't want my job to be a chore. And that's really the message that I'm trying to bring across, if anything at all, is that I came to a place where my job was really a chore and I wasn't loving it anymore. I do think that my emotions running wild with what I went through played a part in it. But once I grabbed hold of more of who I am and who I want to be and how I want to take that next step forward, because I had to move forward from, all of that, whether I liked it or not. But once I realized where I wanted to take that step, it really brought into the light that this is why I do what I do. And I could honestly say I almost forgot. And so it's time to grab hold of that mindset and not forget why we do what we do. Love it. Continue to love it. Do it because it brings you joy. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to make videos because it brings me joy. And I hope that it brings you joy. I hope that it strengthens your craft as we get into some really cool videos about design, photography, all that good stuff. And if you have any suggestions, if there's things that you are currently struggling with, things that don't make sense in the graphic design world, whether it be a program related question or what have you, feel free to drop it in the comments. And I would love to be able to make content from your questions rather than trying to just come up with something I think is cool. I came from being a teacher, but I don't think I lost that teacher heart. And that's why I am making videos again. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching this first video back. And if you are here for the first time and you just watched this video all the way through and heard a random guy dump his heart and life out to you, props to you. And feel free to like, subscribe if you felt like you connected with this. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.